All right, Asher, what are we doing today?
We're making how you teleport when you tap the workbench. You teleport into the workbench so that you can see what you're doing, and also for the fishing pond.
Okay, that sounds great. Let's start by adding this rod that you sent me to the fishing pond, and I have an idea for how to do that. So we want to make a new scene, and this time we're going to do an area 2D. I don't think we're going to want to worry about that thing colliding necessarily, but wondering what's with it. So this is a fishing rod. Oops, fishing rod. And we want collision shape. And we want an animated sprite, because you sent me an animated sprite sheet anyway, right? So let's take a look at this fishing rod animation. It was, where did it go? This one, right?
Yep.
Okay. And we want 1 vertical, 3 horizontal, and 1, 2, 3. For now, we'll just leave this. We may want to change this and kind of go back and forth between these two eventually, but for now, that's pretty good. And let's see what it looks like in action. You like that speed?
It's way too fast.
Way too fast? Okay.
So,
How about that?
still a little too fast.
How's that?
I
I don't want to go any slower than that. 1? Look how slow
No,
that
I
is.
meant 1 slower.
Okay, let's try this then.
Yeah, that's perfect.
That's good? Okay, you're the boss. So let's save that then. The collision shape, we want to just have, I guess, a rectangle. Take the shape 2D. And we want it to basically surround this little box. We might actually want to make it smaller eventually, but for now, let's just make it the size of the box for when we get to the part where we want to collide things. Now here's something. Change this to rod anim and make it accessible so that when we add a script here, we're going to actually do a couple of things with this script, which is cool. So first, func physics process, and we want it to just play that animation always. So percent. And now here's something else that I want to do. I want to do if input dot is action pressed, and we're going to do UI left. Then we want to do global position dot x minus equals, let's go with 50 times delta. And if we like that, we'll come back and we'll change it for the right and the up and the down as well. But right now we just want to set it up so it can go left. So let's go to our pond and our 2D thing, and let's add, oops, what did I forget to do? I forgot to save the scene. Fishing rod is now a scene, and we're going to put that in the water. So fishing rod scene, we're just going to put it right there. I believe we have this set up to just run immediately to the pond. So let's see that. And there it is. There's your fishing rod. People at home can't see where I'm pointing. But if I did the script right, holding the left arrow will make it move to the left. You ready?
Yep. Wow, that's cool.
All right. Do you like it? Do you think it should go faster, slower?
No, I think it's perfect.
Okay.
But for Area 2, I'm definitely going to need that whenever I create Area 2.
Okay.
Because there's going to be a boat that you're able to buy, and you're going to move out sea from the beach.
Uh-huh.
And it's going to have to go out sea while the boat's going out sea.
Okay. Well, one of the things that I love about Godot is that it's very easy to reuse the things you make in different scenes. So if I make this and use it in the pond scene, when we get to your second place, your area 2, then we'll be able to use it again there.
Definitely.
So just adding your ups and your downs. up and down is global position X. And I'm sorry, up and down is global position Y. UI left, right, up. Gotta change that to down. And let's save it again. And now let's see how our pond works with the 4 arrow buttons. Right, left, up and down, or reversed. I forgot.
Really cool.
So one thing I forgot is here, the Y values, it starts at the top and works its way down. So down is actually plus. And up is minus, which is the reverse of what you might think. So let's try that again. Left, right, up, down. Love it. Let's go get that fish. Hey, he's not biting it. Probably because you didn't write the code for that yet.
Yeah, we haven't read the code.
Okay.
For when the fish are invisible and you get to pull them up with the 2-second animation parts.
A lot of work goes into these things, huh? Okay, so now let's try. You wanted to get the whole teleportation thing going.
Yeah, so that when you tap the pond or workbench, you immediately teleport to those.
Okay, so we have a main place. So we have this main thing here. Well, we don't want to use this.
Yeah,
right. That was just kind of to check it out.
Yeah. We won't place one in the background also.
Okay, so main place. You want to say place one in the background?
Yeah, it's
okay.
It's gonna be called place.
So let's do rich text label.
No, there's an entire there's an entire place I made for it.
Oh, that's right.
I sent you it.
Okay.
So,
and I think I downloaded it already. So let's make that a texture rectangle then.
Yes. Look, I made an entire background for the main place of where you.
Do you remember what it was called?
Place 1.
Place 1. There it is.
Exactly what it was called.
Okay.
Gonna need to place this down. It's gonna be really big, but not the entire screen because there's also the extension.
Right, that's right. So let's kind of drag this towards the middle. Oh, does it have to be? Let's leave it at the top of the screen. Okay, and then you also had
extension walls.
Right, these two things, right?
Yeah, the extension.
Probably don't need to actually call anything to it, right? You can just kind of.
Yeah, you can just kind of make it perfect to there. And
I'll just slide it up a little. That's that one, and then this is the other side.
You probably later I'm gonna make like a background area for the extension walls, just straight, nothing behind them.
How's that look?
Good, but definitely area 1 is going to be bigger later on.
Okay, that's fine. So we want to have it set up where, like, if you click on this, it'll teleport to the pond?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have to remember how to do that. So let's try making, how do I want to do this? Let's see what we can add. Let's add a child node. And let's see what our buttons look like. Check button, menu button, option button, link button, texture button. How about a texture button?
Yeah, I think that'll work.
I have an idea. And let's see. Ignore texture on. Left mouse, we want that. That sounds good. So where's our pond image? I wonder what happens if we just kind of do that. Drag and drop. Nope, I didn't like that. So undo. Texture button. Textures. Normal. How about new canvas texture? And drag. Haha! Look at that. So I'm going to set this here. We can change it later. But right now that should be the button. So let's call this pond button. And I want to make this
smaller.
Well, accessible is a unique name because I have a feeling we're going to want to do something. So node
I'm gonna want it smaller.
Pressed. Scene does not contain any. Oh, let's create a script first. So adding a script, create. We'll get back to you, and I guess I need to go to that, but that's okay. So we want to say if it's pressed, we want it to connect to the main place, which should add a function to the text. So on pond button pressed, what we want to do, and I will admit I cheated and copied for the. Oh, I didn't copy paste correctly because I copied again. I tried to cheat and I got myself. All right, so let's see. We want get node. No, it's get tree first. Get tree. Dot. It's not necessarily get node though. I feel like there's more to it than that. Get. No, that's not it either. Get node. Get root node. Well, we wanted people to be able to see the process, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to save this, and I'm going to open up one of my other files that I tried to copy it from. So we're going to get to my project list. You get to see all of the different projects I'm working on here. Some of them for real, some of them not so for real. This one has a demo available on itch.io. It's the Axeman 4 demo. And weirdly, I have encountered a strange error. It's giving me this from my level 2, which had been working perfectly and now isn't. What I was looking for is this get tree change scene to file. Of course, that's what it is. Well, since I'm showing my cards, let's copy the whole thing and just change what's on the inside. So get tree change scene to file. Maybe I don't remember exactly what the wording is, but Godot makes it very easy to change scenes, which I like. So, back to the task at hand. It's this. At least I had get tree right. Change scene to file, and we want to change this to pond.tscn, right? Pond.tscn. And let's see. I need to change our run function to, what did we call that? Main place. Should be our starting point. So main underscore place. Oops. Place dot tscn. And let's see what happens when you run. Fingers crossed. Okay, so there's your main place. And should be, if we click on the pond, we go to the pond and look at that. And
that's
our fishing rod moves around.
Exactly what I wanted. Perfect.
Well,
Very
that's
good.
great.
Very
Okay, I'm glad that worked. This was kind of scary for me because I've never actually done this before. So it's nice to see it work on the first try. Have I mentioned how much I love Godot? It's because of things like this. You try it for the first time and it works. Okay, so now you also wanted to have the workbench thing, right?
Yeah, the workbench one like that, exactly like that. The workbench one.
Okay, so let's do. We wanted workbench. So this button thing worked really nice. That was called the texture button, right? So that worked flawlessly, I would say. So let's do that again.
That's the workbench.
Okay. So I'll move it to the other side then. So let's make another button. And we said the texture button was good. And in the inspector, we're looking for textures. And we just want that first thing. I wonder what happens if I don't actually do it first. Problem being... Oh yeah, we're going to want to change this eventually. These will be fine placeholders for now. Where is your workbench image? Do you see it on here? Untitled. Was it this one? It was this one. Okay. So what it's giving us is it's giving us the full sprite sheet. But we're going to change that eventually. Right now, this will work as a placeholder. I can't make it smaller. You got to be kidding me. Oh well. So that's going to be the workbench. We'll make these things look better eventually. We'll probably make different images for them. But right now we're worried about functionality, and we'll make it look pretty later. So that's going to be where our button is, and we need to do pressed here, and that'll connect to the main. I wonder if I need that accessible. I probably didn't actually need that accessible. Oh well. I didn't rename this first. Whatever. We'll leave it. Who's going to know except for everybody who watches this video? So we're going to do get tree and change scene to work. It might help if I spelled work correctly. Workbench location we wanted actually. And let's
Is this
actually cut
live?
things. Well, we're recording. We're not actually live. Nobody can call into our show right now. So we have the workbench location. That should work. Save scene. And right now our workbench location, I believe, is just blank space. So let's at least put your workbench animation up there, which was this. Can I make that bigger? Oh, I just went to the scene. Whatever. We'll leave it. So now let's check our other button. You ready?
Yeah.
It worked.
Yeah, but
So now we're teleporting.
You're at least for right now. Can you please tap that button again?
You want me to do it again?
Back to where,
Okay. Yeah.
No,
so,
back to where we were.
So here's the main place.
Yeah. And then I want you to actually change that to be a lot bigger because it's going to be kind of mostly the screen.
Okay. We're going to change this at another time. Right now, I feel like we had a really successful day. Teleporting back between the different places and your fishing rod moves around.
Yeah.
So, are you good with what we did today?
Yeah.
Are you ready to say goodbye to everybody?
Yeah.
You gonna say anything else?
Bye, everybody. Like and subscribe.
They better like and subscribe. Okay. So long.